Wow. Hello, 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 hello. It is Wednesday. Wow. I missed you guys on Monday. Mhm. Missed you guys on Monday for Monday's mindset. Oh my goodness. I was having a heck of a time. But I'm here today. Oh, so today we want to talk about communication. Communication and being connected, and how we sometimes take some things for granted, for real. Take some things for granted. So we're just going to have a chat today because I thought about it and I'm like, man, we sometimes take our connectivity and our mode of communication for really granted. We figure it's going to be there all the time. So if you're going to be joining me live, let me know where you're joining from. And if you're going to be watching the replay, also let me know where you're watching from. But have you ever taken communication, your connectivity for granted? Hmm? When was the last time you thought about that? What if your communication system fails? What do you do? All right. So, for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Yvette Garel, and I am coming to you live in this community as your social media coach who helps you to leverage the power, the social media strategies and tips and tools. So you might be in a home-based business, you might be a network marketer, you might be a MLM person as a direct person. But what we do here, we help folks who want to take their business online to leverage the power of social media. But it's very cool when everything's working. So what happened when if something just be like zip, not working? So today we want to talk about communication, the connectivity. You know how when we become connected and then there's a disconnect. Wow, that's powerful right there. But we also want to talk. I'll give you a couple of tips here, and in social media strategies. I thought I need to come to you today with this. So Monday was our mindset Monday, and I was not able to come online. Why? I had no mode of communication. Yeah, that was crazy, my friends. No mode of communication. I was like, oh. So I thought about it. I'm like, how do we not think that if this thing is not available, that this thing called the internet, this thing called Wi-Fi signal, this thing called the internet, because everything we do, we are online. If this thing called the online medium where we um you know things over the air where we send our messages, where we get to talk to people, where there's no line, no communication, what do we do? This is our the environment in which we market. Seriously, I want you to think about that. Wow, something in my eye. Because on Monday, when this happened to me, I'm like, okay, what next? But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I couldn't get to be with you guys, and I really love to have my Monday's mindset. But no worries, we're gonna have Monday's mindset next Monday. But what we want to talk about today is how important it is. One, for communication. Two, and for connectivity in the space that we are in right now, online space, the connectivity. When we lose connection, we can't do anything online, right? No. But then our mode of communication has just failed as well. So we won't be able to reach our friends way over there in another world, in the other part of town, millions and millions miles away from where we are. Think about it. It's so important that I don't even like thinking about it, because when that fails, it's like everything fails. You have to get back to your notebook. You could do some reading, you could do some writing, some preparation. Now you really don't um, waste your time. There are lots of other things you could do, but the crux of the matter is that we are here on social media. We are here to talk to people on the other side of the camera, and be engaging and conversational, and provide information. But when there is no mode of connection, when there's no mode of connectivity, then you can do it. So that's what happened to me on Monday. That is what happened to me on Monday, and I was like, wow. So then it caused me to think. So I just wanted to share that with you, because we just take things for granted all the time, like it's gonna be there all the time. But there are some things you can make alternative plans. There are some things you can make a plan B, but there are some things you just can't do anything about. That's why we control the controllables. We cannot control what we cannot control. I could not control having internet on Monday. We're at the location where I was at. Some thing happened and they lost internet, and I just happened to be in that space. What am I going to do? I'll pivot and use my time a little wiser. So that's what I did. So I'm here to share with you a couple of things from social media that I found out. Okay, that I found out. We talk about while I was, you could spin on your phone, but you really couldn't transmit, right? You could look at some things weren't loaded. But when I got a chance and I got back where the internet was, and my phone was just going crazy. Everything was just popping up at the speed of light, and I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. So that's my second point. You can really lose traction just by losing the connectivity, just by losing that mode of communication, just by not being able to communicate. You could lose traction because now I got a whole barrage of emails and text messages and WhatsApp messages and messenger messages. Now I'm gonna have to go through them in a timely manner and respond to people. So now it's kind of, I'm a little backed up, right? But then what does that say? Do I have to do? I have to put in some extra hours to get caught up. So although I have a daily method of operation, and I have my stuff time blocked, now I'm going to have to add 2 extra hours or maybe an hour a day to get my stuff back on track. Yeah. So things happen in life. How do we respond to it? No, that's what's important. Things are gonna happen, and it could be worse. It could be like, who knows when this thing would come back? Excuse me. But it actually came back, and now we have an opportunity to play. I always say play catch up. Yep. So I'm gonna have to extend my hours of operation and work my way back. So I have to make some adjustments. I have to adjust not only what's on paper, but I have to adjust my efforts. Yes, I'm gonna lose some sleep. Yep. I'm gonna have to wake up early, whatever we need. But I'm telling you, taking what we have for granted, we need to pause. We need to pause and really look at it. We cannot afford to take our internet connection, our the ability to be online on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on TikTok, and Twitter, whatever, all these, everything. Because if we think back, now the world is going in that direction. We are all, saddled up, and we are heading in that direction. When there's a halt, it affects all of us. Not just me, not just you, but all of us, companies, organizations, because now we are depending on this system. And if it fails us, then what we're going to do? We don't have control over that. We're just going to wait until they get it back on board. I thought that was so profound. I was, not that I didn't know, but it has never happened to me. That's another point I want to make. When it happens to you, that's when it becomes real. That's when it becomes real. If it has happened to someone else, you can sympathize, and talk about, but when it really happens to you, that's when it becomes real. So in your business, until some things actually happen to you, sometimes, you just cannot get it until you actually have the real experience in our business, our real experience, what we encounter, what we do on a day-to-day basis, how we our actions, the actions we take, how consistent we are, how we show up, right? Yeah. Until you're actually doing those things and things are happening to us, we really can't speak intelligently about them, right? But we can speak on when other persons talk about stuff. We can say, well, that person has had that experience. That person has had that experience, but you have never had it. So experience, excuse me, experience is the grade school. Yeah, experience. We might learn the theory, we might learn the practical, but when we actually have the experience, now that is a school of thought. And so, what are you experiencing in your business? Are you experiencing this lull? Are you experiencing just this overwhelm? Are you experiencing just a time when nothing is happening? You're not making any sales, nobody's joining your team. What's your reaction? Now, so it might not be happening for you. What's your reaction? Now we got to shift. What's your plan B? I can tell you that my plan B the other day when I did not have any internet, I had an opportunity to dial into the books. I had an opportunity to put plan on paper because I knew that was going to be a short-lived, experience. So I had to use the time. I didn't sit back and be like, woe is me, man. This thing ain't happening. And, be like, what's going on? Get myself all agitated and flustered. Nope. No. I knew that I had to pivot, use my time to do something that I probably didn't have a chance to do if I was online, if I was able to do everything that I would do online. So now I got an opportunity to read up my books. Yeah. Get myself all caught up, putting my content together, know what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to do tomorrow, get my content for the next 30 days, beginning April, and then, and not only my content, but my areas of focus, had an opportunity to take some pictures. So now when it's time for me to put out my posts, my reels, my TikTok, my stories, I have a lot of pictures. And, so you use your time wisely. So although communication wasn't there, wasn't able to communicate, I was disconnected. Yeah, I was disconnected from the online space, but I did some work with my time. I reconnected with my books. I reconnected with my paper folder here. I reconnected. I started to dial in and to think about some things. Yeah. So I wanted to stop by today to just, share my experiences because we are all on this journey and things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. How do we respond? But it was really so profound because we do take this being online, like it's going to be there all the time. We take it for granted. But when it swept from under my feet, just left me, and I was like, okay, all right, now I can't do anything about it. I'm going to have to do what I can do about something else. Now, let's go to social media. Now, we have talked about stories, we have talked about reels, we have talked about posting content, we have talked about what to post, how to post, how you develop your content. We have talked about a number of things. Unless you take action and do them. We have developed reels on our phone. We have looked and we have seen the filters and to make them engaging and all that good stuff. And I can sit here and we can talk about these things all day long. Now, if you don't take action, then not that I'm wasting my time. No, I'm not. But you need to take action. Not that you're wasting your time. No, you're not. But what good is information if you don't put it to use? Now that's where I'm at right there. Put it to use. Now, your content, how you're attracting people. You cannot want to do something and you're not doing anything about it. Now, for me, now I got a whole host of content pieces. I got a chance to talk to folks and to, glean information. It's just like when we're so caught up in the online world, we shut folks out. We do. We shut folks out. We shut folks out and we'll be like, because you're so busy. So busy. Social media is so busy. You got lots of stuff to do. If you're not doing your reels, if you're not doing your, your videos, you're not doing your stories, you're networking. But that opportunity gave me a chance to kind of do some more networking on the phone, but not online here. So I wanted to know how things are going for you. You're welcome to put stuff in the comments. Let me know if you want to more reels, more learn how to do more reels. If that's where you want to go, or we want to learn how to maybe brand your page in a better way. Because the branding message is so important because you need to know who you serve so you can provide them with the information that they need. So that's very important. So I'm in a space here and there is no kind of a AC yet, but my throat is bugging, so I turn it off. So it's an opportunity for my body to do its own thing, right? Now, yeah. So what are you doing? Are you want more of branding? You want more of reels? You want more of stories? You want more how to prepare and to present this content? Where are you stuck? Where's the overwhelm? I want you to talk to me in the chat. In the chat if you're watching me live, or go back to the Yvette Guerrero online, which this video is streaming in, and put in your comments because I'd love to make sure that what I'm providing is helping. That's number one. Number two, not only that, you have an opportunity to grab your free 10-day training if you haven't done so. And there's an opportunity to grab your booklet, your ebook on the attraction marketing formula for a minimal price at YvetteGuerrero.com. So I encourage you to go grab your book there and get some skills at a very, very low cost. And so just 1 second, please. And so I have to go because there is somebody knocking. But I want you guys to go ahead, grab your book, and I'll definitely come back and I'll see you on Friday, okay? In a different place. So make sure your communication, your connectivity, don't take it for granted. I'll see you soon. Bye.